Hey, what's up everyone? Michael here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in today's video, I want to talk about 3 banger trades that we called out in Discord group yesterday, as well as another one we did live on Nasdaq. So if you are not in my Discord group, there is a link below. You can join for free. And there are 3 sections that I want to bring your attention to. Basically, first section is the mentor charts. If you go to the mentor charts section, this is where I normally break down some of the zones that you can take a look at and see if it aligns with your trade as well. So in the morning, I had these 2 zones drawn out and potential areas I will go long in on gold. So you can see ideas for gold. And then I break it down on why I like this area and showing you this is a strong support over here. But I also told people be careful of this strong support, because a lot of people would think that because there is a lot of bounces on the support, it's a strong support. But that's not always the case, because when there's a lot of bounces, it means the orders being absorbed at that level. So it's actually getting weaker. Now on the bottom, I did say during London, there's a high chance it will crack and then we'll have manipulation down. So if we are going long, we need to be careful at the London Open. But then my bias was still going long. So that's just telling people over here. And then signals is more of the paid section where I provide the signals when I get in a trade. We had a breakout trade here on gold. We'll take a look at it in TradingView in a second. And then the 2 other sections is basically gold and indices, right? Sometimes I'll post my trade after and then show you why I get in and what is the ideas behind it, so you can understand a little bit as well. Now going into TradingView, let's look at some of the trades that we talked about yesterday. So what I like to do is draw out my zones, but when you look at the higher time frame, we were pretty bullish, right? After the news last week, we were just going up. So my bias was long. Now going to lower time frame, we just have to zoom in and kind of narrow down our zones a little bit. So in the morning, basically, I like to look at my zone, draw out my POC to see where the price could have tapped into. And then once we have the POC drawn out, basically this is the line here, right? And then if I want to get into entry, so when price pull back, we had this pump up. When price pull back, we can go into our lower time frame and look at structure. So right here was very clear. We had this formation, W formation here, but over here, a lot of people would have been catching this falling knife. But there's no reason to get in along here because the momentum coming down was so strong. What we want to do is make sure support is formed and then the volume changes direction. See, from these down candles to up candles, and up candle volume increases. That means buyers are coming in and we have a change of character here. Now we did come back again to get liquidity to go up. So what we want to do is wait for the pullback and then look at price action to get in. So basically we had this fair value gap here, and then we had change character here, liquidity grab down here. So that was a nice long to get into. Of course, everyone have different management on their account due to trading personnel or trading prop firms. So whenever you get in the position or taking signals, you have to mind yourself on the account size you have and also the prop firm rules. But when we look at this price action here, it's pretty straightforward. If we're going for long, we just wait for POC to get tapped, wait for reversal signal, and then get in on the ideal location. And if we draw our fib, this is basically below 50%. So it's a good area to buy. Right? So that was one of the areas that we talked about. And then during London, we had this manipulation down. See, we had this strong tap like we talked about. This is a strong support, but once we break with volume, especially during London session, if we take a look at AMD, right, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, we had this accumulation here, manipulation down here, and this is the London Open, right? So we see that often, and then we have distribution up. Very clear AMD. We also see that in every candle as well. I do take advantage of that during the 1 hour, 4-hour candle. But here is the manipulation down. As I mentioned in the Discord group, once we break, especially break below this support here with the body break, retest, it came down pretty hard. And we have clean range here, so we do have to be careful. Even though I want a lower draw of liquidity, but if you actually draw your areas here, you can see we had resistant or support, resistant turn support, and then we have POC here. So it came close enough, but we had this reversal and rejection, right? And then we had fair value gap here. If we draw this zone, it's actually cleaner and it tapped into it. So after this rejection, we actually got in on this buy up because we know this is manipulation. Now we're just looking for a good entry. So if we use our knowledge here, if this is liquidity grab and this is a V-shaped recovery that we want to see, this is our inverse fair value gap, right? So it broke above with the body close. We can wait for a buy right there at the inverse fair value gap and then target the highs. So those two positions that we caught during Asia and London session, and then another one for the New York session. Okay, so let's see, it was around this area. Yeah, it was around this area because we were on the call. So we see this accumulation here. Normally on days like yesterday when there's not a lot of news, we'll see price ranging in an area. So if this is the area, we want to see a breakout on either side. So once we had a breakout, especially with gold, it likes to go from zone to zone. Once we had a breakout, I was in there for a buy. So it was a buy stop. Normally I market execute, but I had a buy stop once we had a pullback, break above the highs, and then we target this area here. So once we had this liquidity grab, we did come down, but this was the zone that I was looking at from zone to zone. So that was another buy we got on gold, and that was posted in the Discord group. It did come down and went in higher, but I was happy with this position here. All right, so that was gold. When we go to Nasdaq, here is Nasdaq that we saw. This is actually a position that I called out live. Nasdaq, I like to play a little different. So if we look at the range, right, the 15-minute range right here, sometimes I look at the 15-minute, sometimes I look at the hourly. So from 9:30 to 10:30, that's an initial balance set. Or the 15-minute is basically 9:30 to 9:45, that range. Once we saw a range break out, then we have to look at how we can get in. So the position that we got in was actually right here. Right here. Now I got in a little early, but I still got my piece and got out because I managed pretty tightly, especially on futures and some future prop firm will trail, right? You want to get in and get out, get our piece. So that was the breakout. But in terms of the bias, it was right. Going long was the right decision. Now, if I was on the chart a little bit longer, I would have taken a buy here as well, because if we draw our fib over here, that aligns with our 618 below 0.5, so it's in discount zone. And we had this rejection candle, right? One other thing is we also had this breaker, right? Price broke above, came back. So this is a strong support. If you were on the chart, that would have been a better buy. This is just a breakout retest on the 15-minute range. Since our body closed above, that is what we want to do. Now, because there's not a lot of news, that's why this played out a little slower than what I like. But normally when we have news or earnings coming out, it will pump pretty hard. But eventually it did play out. As you can see, price did continue upwards. Now, here rejection, and if we go to the 1 minute, we can see a V-shaped recovery. So again, liquidity grabbed, V-shaped recovery, right here broke above. Now, some people would have been just getting in over here because there's inverse fair value gap broke above, they would have gotten in here. Now another place is because it broke above, change of character here, retest the zone, we could have gotten in here as well, or stack, right? Depending on how you want to manage, you could stack another position here if you have entered here, right? So you can have two positions, but of course, once it break and then this acts as a breaker, and then we have inverse fair value gap down here. This area, if it respects, went up, as you can see here. All right, so those are some of the trades breakdown. Hope that helps you and show you my mindset and how I look at price. And I do try to be patient, but once you have your zones drawn out, it's a little bit easier. So you don't have to be on the charts all the time. Just wait for a clear breakout, pull back, get in. And you can always have alert set up so you don't have to watch a chart 24/7 and just wait for the timing of price to tap into your zone and then come back to the charts to take a look at it. All right, so there is a link below. You can join my Discord group for free. I do giveaways from time to time. So if you're interested, the link is in the description area. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below and let me know what you think. With that, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.